All right, we're here with the third video of the day. We're going to talk about New York. Pretty much, Andrew Cuomo agreed to shut down all the 9 neighborhoods that Mayor Bill de Blasio wanted to shut down. In fact, it impacted hundreds of schools, many religious institutions, synagogues, churches, such as that. So the Orthodox Jews over in New York are now pretty much rioting because Bill de Blasio is denying them pretty much any form of service. They can't have more than 10 people now in their buildings. Restaurants have been shut down. You can only get takeout. Basically, I think people are fed up with all these lockdowns. And when you start seeing the Jewish community come out and protesting and rioting and starting fires, they weren't really rioting, so to speak. There was one fire that started, and it's them burning their masks because they're done with this lockdown. And yeah, I think Bill de Blasio is gonna have hell to pay for very soon because a lot of these people are really fed up. The ones that can't leave, they're gonna have to stay and fight if they wanna change it. A photographer was attacked by a crowd of Orthodox Jewish protesters enraged over the new state-mandated restrictions imposed during a COVID-19 surge in Borough Park. The unidentified photographer, wearing a white polo shirt and white face mask, was standing on the sidewalk apparently filming with a phone as the crowd surrounded him on all sides. Video of the harrowing Tuesday night incident shows. As he tried to walk away, the group followed him and knocked him to the ground, yelling and screaming, the footage shows. The infuriated protesters also lit a rubbish fire after midnight at the intersection of 46th Street and 13th Avenue and chased away 2 city sheriff's deputies who responded. I mean, they say with rubbish, but apparently they were burning their masks. The defiant crowd chanted Jewish Lives Matters as they held their ground. Police say no arrests have been made during the unruly night. The crowd was protesting an order by Governor Andrew Cuomo that shuts down schools completely and limits houses of worship to 10 people in certain COVID-19 hotspots. Much of Borough Park is subject to those measures, the most restrictive, which also shutter non-essential businesses. So yeah, they're just trying to shut down more and more of New York. I guarantee you they're trying to push people out of the city. And then they're going to try to buy it up. And then they're going to allow probably China to buy it up, Saudi Arabia, just whatever, oil tycoons, whatever. Their sons are just going to start buying up buildings, whatever. So yeah, Andrew Cuomo and Bill de Blasio literally just destroying their city. We also got from the Daily Mail talking about it. We won't be deprived of our right to observe our religion. Furious Orthodox Jews set fire to mass as Cuomo closes religious schools and bans gatherings in 9 New York City neighborhoods with surging COVID cases. I mean, they say it's surging, but we don't even really know if that's true. We just have to be able to take their word for it, don't we? Yeah, I'd probably question it a little. Says about 80 people took to the streets Tuesday night in Brooklyn to protest Governor Andrew Cuomo's restrictions on 9 New York City neighborhoods where COVID-19 rates are surging. The group of Orthodox Jews gathered in Borough Park, Brooklyn for the demonstration against the closure of schools and the banning of large religious gatherings. Footage from the protest showed members of the group setting fire to a pile of masks in the middle of the street as others cheered. Firefighters from a local department arrived to the scene a short time later to extinguish the flames. The group of mostly men were also seen gathering closely together as they heard from Councilman Coleman Yeager. So yeah, just a bunch of stuff. Yeager's heard telling the men, "We're going to be safe, we're going to be smart, we're going to wear masks, but we are not going to be deprived the right that we have in America, like everybody else in America, the right to observe our religion, the right to do it freely, and the right to do it without government interference." Well, they're probably not going to be wearing the masks because they were burning them. I don't care who in government thinks that they can stop us. They're wrong. Let them try, Yeager added. In addition to his appearance at the protest, he also released a statement with other local leaders that called Cuomo's actions a disgrace. "We are appalled by Governor Cuomo's actions today. He has chosen to pursue a scientifically and constitutionally questionable shutdown of our communities," the statement reads. His administration's utter lack of coordination and communication with local officials has been an ongoing issue since the start of the pandemic, and particularly recent as we face this uptick. What occurred today can only be described as duplicitous bait and switch. The local leaders called it disgraceful that Cuomo would impose restrictions targeting our community in the midst of our Jewish holidays. The statement said the communities impacted by the restrictions have been left shocked, angered, and highly frustrated. So as you can see, there are just a bunch of masks burning. A group of about 50 people also gathered on Tuesday to protest. The group stood outside Good Shepherd Catholic Academy in Marine Park, where they criticized the decision to close schools in hard-hit zip codes. Yeah, you guys are about to have hell to pay, Bill de Blasio and Governor Cuomo, because the people in general are getting very, very restless. When the Jewish community comes out and starts burning masks and protesting against you, you've got some serious problems, dude. Because they usually like to keep to themselves for the most part. So, yeah, it's not looking good for New York. It's also not looking real good for the McCloskeys either. But we'll also see. The St. Louis gun couple just got indicted on felony charges. Mark and Patricia McClosky, who pointed guns at Black Lives Matter rioters in June, were indicted on gun and evidence tampering charges. Although I was pretty sure that when the gun was given to evidence, it was inoperable, meaning she couldn't possibly have fired it to any of the protesters. And then, when they had, just checked the gun, they taken it apart, disassembled it, and when they reassembled it, they made it operable again. Why did you do that? Why wouldn't you just put it back the exact same way you found it? Why did you make it now operable? Are these evidence tampering charges because of what you did? It says Mark and Patricia McClosky, the wealthy personal injury lawyers who pointed guns at peaceful protesters during a march near their St. Louis mansion in June, were indicted Tuesday by a grand jury. The grand jury brought felony gun and evidence tampering charges against the couple. St. Louis Circuit Clerk Thomas Klopinger told reporters. The indictments are sealed, but Klopinger reportedly said he didn't know why. The evidence tampering charge reportedly centers around Patricia McClosky's claim that the gun she was holding was inoperable, but which was later ordered by a prosecutor to be reassembled, according to KMOV. Are you guys... So, I need to make sure. Are you guys trying to... Is the evidence tampering charge to the prosecutor then? Because the prosecutor ordered for it to be reassembled. Or are you trying to now charge the McCloskeys for evidence tampering? I think you need to be kind of specific on what's happening here, Vice, because you're not really. It kind of makes it seem like now the McCloskeys are being charged for evidence tampering when the prosecutor, which you even say, ordered it to be reassembled and operable once again. Yeah. It's not looking good for our justice system, because I guarantee you if these guys get indicted and they get sent to jail, there might be some hell to pay, because this is wrong. They were on their property, self-defense. They didn't know who these people were. They broke onto the property. They didn't shoot anybody. All they did was just show their gun, and now they have felony charges and possibly evidence tampering? I cannot believe that they would give them evidence tampering when it literally says was later ordered by a prosecutor to be reassembled and made it operable again. So the evidence tampering is by the prosecutor. And that's facts that we know. Boy, I hope the McCloskeys make it out of this, because if they don't, it's going to resonate through pretty much everybody. Pretty much everybody who's fed up. Maybe we'll start to see protests and rioting then from not Black Lives Matter, from not Antifa, from Trump supporters over all of this, because, man, they're ramping things up to such an extreme that I think people are just about ready to be set off the edge. It's boiling. It's boiling to the point where it almost can't be contained. And, yeah, possible civil war, a hot physical civil war could be possible. Because we're deep in the middle of a cultural civil war. I'm going to leave it there. It's the last video of the day. I'll have more coming out then tomorrow. I'll see you then. Bye.